the thing is now that's 2 Stanley Cup finals. He did win the 4 Nations, but everybody knows that is a mini tournament. That's not the Olympics. That's not the Stanley Cup finals.
Special.
And then there were people who were complaining that he went in the 3-on-3 overtime, went in by himself against 3 other players twice in that short overtime period.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I know nobody was really with him, but are those the smartest plays? Probably not. Does that make, because again, it's all narrative driven. I think a lot of this is also just First Take a Palooza, like what the effect that First Take has had on talking sports. I can never remember having great players like this in like the 90s and people going, that guy will never win, he sucks. Yeah. Like the first time I can ever remember that happening was like Phil Mickelson when he'd been in like 45 majors and never won one. With Connor McDavid, people are going to chirp this guy. Mm-hmm. They're going to give him shit.
Okay.
Do you think you learned anything new about Connor McDavid in this tournament?
Not a thing. Not a single thing. I've watched lots of Connor McDavid hockey. He is a driven winner, ridiculously fast, incredible vision, incredible execution. But like my main criticism from that game, it's interesting. Like a lot of the conversation when Canada was losing to Czechia, when Canada was losing to Finland before the comebacks, was they should have brought Scheifele, and they should have brought Bedard, and they should have brought Hyman, and they should have brought Schaefer, and they should have brought Bouchard. And it was all their best players let them down in that 3-on-3. That's probably the hardest part to swallow from a Team Canada perspective. Nathan McKinnon was incredible. Did not do well in that overtime. Cale Makar was incredible. Did not do well in that overtime. It's like you could put some of the first goal on him, then he tied it. Then you could put some of the OT winner on him. And yeah, McDavid just really baffling choices in that overtime. Like if he carved through 3 guys and beat them, no one would be surprised.
We consider it one of the greatest goals of all time.
Yeah, but also it's the Olympics and you're not going up against bad players. And what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, 3-on-3 overtime is entirely about possession. And it's terrible decision making by him to go up on the rush all by himself against the entire other side of the team and think that that's a smart way to win 3-on-3 overtime. It was bad decision making for him in that case because he needs to have resources with him if he's going to shoot the puck and if the team's going to maintain possession, and nobody else was with him, and he decided to do his own thing and they lost possession and things going the other way, and he did it twice. And it's to me it screamed of a little bit once Canada didn't get the 5-on-3 done, didn't capitalize on that. They didn't capitalize on they had another power play later after that.
The abbreviated, yes.
And the abbreviated one, the minute 10 that they had after the penalty there. And then like McKinnon missing the wide open net, all that stuff. The overtime felt like they squeezed their sticks a little too tight. Yeah. And they're playing a game where it's like, we gotta get this done here. We gotta finish it. We gotta finish it early. And they completely rushed it, and especially McDavid on the rush. And that's what leads to opportunities for the other team. Like 3-on-3 is so specific in that you go one way and you try and make a play, you are guaranteed to leave your opponent a chance to go back the other end if they still have legs. If you've tired out their legs and they can't really make it and it's one guy going back, then you're okay. But if they have legs to go the other way, if you're taking a shot at your end, they're going to get the opportunities. And that's exactly what happened. And Jack Hughes, unlike Team Canada, took care of his one opportunity.
When it comes to moments like this, all you really have is a small sample size. And even a big sample size in moments like this are a small sample size. And Connor McDavid has a big sample size of moments like this. And came out on top last year. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't really make a broad sweeping statement of him. It was 2 rushes, 2 baffling rushes. Like, there were a few, some of the things that are going around. Like, you look at some of the micro moments of the game. Second or third period, Colton Parayko gets like 3 shots in 6 seconds and
wires 2 of them wide.
He didn't execute. He's got a bomb of a shot.
He does.
But of all the players on the ice you want taking the shot, it ain't him. You know, the 5-on-3 in a gold medal game. What a gift.
For nearly 2 minutes.
And
What a gift.
And they couldn't get it. They couldn't even get the offensive zone pressure.
No, and like
they couldn't get
in
set up.
that case, you gotta also give credit to the Americans who
absolutely,
just like the women's team, had a perfect penalty kill throughout the Olympics.
That's amazing.
crazy.
It's both programs, perfect penalty kills. Hats off to you guys. That's incredible. Canada, they got stopped, and that's the case there. And with McDavid's legacy, it's not the prettiest resume because like the winning side of it isn't pretty, you know, because you want the greatest players in your sport to have, you know, championships associated with that and a winning legacy with that. And Sidney Crosby, the reason he's so revered is he always got it done and he always got the winning part of it done.
The numbers are there, but like the dude doesn't lose.
Exactly. Like it's insane.
Seeing him with silver was very odd.
It's crazy to look at how his career went and how much winning he got done consistently year after year. And McDavid's not going to have that for the beginning portion of his career, at least for this first decade.
Right.
But there's time to turn that around. And with McDavid, if you go to the specific teams that lost, like the 25 finals, the one that just happened against Florida, I don't blame that one on his individual efforts. I think the other team was better. The 24 finals, you can shut down McDavid and you can try and have the rest of the team pick him up. And I don't think there's enough pieces in Edmonton to do that.
And that was the deeper of the two.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Florida, I think, was still the better team.
Absolutely.
Florida, I think they've been so good the last couple of years. I don't know if anybody, that's the best player in the game, and he's not breaking through that unless he has better resources around him. And it's so much of a team game that I'm willing to excuse the poor resume he has on paper because of the individual resume he has and all of the Hart trophies and all of these MVPs in winning and losing situations, which is insane. So McDavid, we got to look at the way his career has gone in a different light, you know, and to kind of excuse the losing. And he's never going to be revered like Crosby unless everything flips.
Right.
Because Crosby had both, and that's just really unfortunate for him. And he's not going to win that battle.
If I can jump in on that for just a second.
Sure.
A couple of things with McDavid that are different from Crosby. And by the way, for anybody that's listening that might be a huge McDavid fan who's going, how the hell can you do him this dirty or whatever? I am not one of those people that doesn't think McDavid can win. I am not going to be one of those people ever. I think this guy is going to get it done. It's just a question of when.
It's just objectively true.
What Crosby had early on in his career that McDavid did not have was good management. And I'm not talking about his personal management. The Pittsburgh Penguins built themselves into an incredible organization. Not only did they have Crosby, but they also had which Stahl brother was it?
Jordan.
And they had Gino Malkin on the way up. They had Marc-Andre Fleury. Yep. They had Chris Letang. They had older guys, Mark Recchi, Bill Guerin, you know, some of the Pascal Dupuis, some of these guys that kind of came in, whereas Edmonton had horrible management for years. Imagine an Edmonton, remember their penalty kill was like around 50% at one point. It was like historically bad.
But it was very specific. It was only on at home, I think.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was really odd.
Jesse, do you remember when we were at Boston Pizza, Keith Acton's Boston Pizza in Stouffville, and he said, and this is 2 years ago when the Oilers went all the way to the finals and they weren't even in the finals yet. He's like, but if they go to the finals and they get this done, McDavid will be, in my mind, the greatest player ever because he got it done without the supporting cast. And that's a former NHL assistant coach, Stanley Cup winner, saying the supporting cast just isn't there. Now, this time it didn't happen, but I feel like, you know, the chirps for McDavid, you know, remember he also didn't win in the OHL either. The Oshawa Generals beat him in the OHL final.
Went all the way to the final.
So one of these days that championship's going to happen, and I'm curious about what the look on his face will be.
Listen, sports records are made to be broken, and you should never say that something's never going to happen again because it will. This will never happen again. In a 2-year span or a 3-year span, Connor McDavid won the Conn Smythe Trophy without winning the Cup and Olympic MVP without winning gold. That will never happen to any individual ever again. Ever. until the sun explodes. No one's ever going to be able to pull that off. And I think it says something about the team there. It's insane to me that he hasn't won. I don't have a good explanation for it.
I don't think anybody does this morning. I think again, that's why it stings. Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially. Most of the time it is. Hey, listen, if you like what SDPN has to offer, you should check out more of our videos and subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe, or Steve will find you.